o'clock on a Wednesday morning. You look at the title of the show, you look at the time, you go like, yep, this is it. That's my show. I like the commitment. Circle of trust. I love the commitment. Right, who came here just like in the last 2 days? Who arrived in the last 2 days? Oh, right, oh, all of you, wonderful, okay. It's pretty grim, right? I'm not talking about this room, I'm just talking about the weather. Yeah? It's pretty grim. There is, trust me, there is. I've been here for close to 2 weeks. There is summer in Scotland. It was last Friday. Sorry, I missed it. But come back next year. Just time it better. Right, everyone. I have a little announcement. We are filming the show today, so celebrity. If you don't want to be filmed, this is not a joke. But if you don't want to be filmed, come and talk to me later, and we'll wipe out your face, Japanese style. You know this. Right. Okay. Right. Thank you for coming. So, look at me. As you can tell, that I'm in my mid-30s. Living the dream, single and childless. That's a very painful chair. I mean, not my mom's dream. My mom calls me every week and asks only one question. Mom, I got a plant. Is it single? Mom, I climbed Mount Everest. On your own? Mom, I'm cat sitting for a friend. It's super sweet. It would be sweeter if it was a child. I know being a single woman in your mid-30s is not easy. By the way, when I say mid-30s, I actually mean late 30s. I say mid-30s and also I get tangled every morning. Right, thank you. I say mid-30s, so my mom only loses 1 night of sleep every week. By this time, I'm expected to have a husband, 2 children, and a flat with a south-facing balcony. Instead, I have a therapist and an air fryer. My mom is so worried that I'm going to get a cat, because she saw on TikTok that the Holy Trinity, cat, therapist, air fryer, will guarantee you'll die alone. Any cat owners here? Cat owners? Ooh, lots of them. Right, here we go, right. Tell me about, you guys this is not a family, is it? No. All right, okay, right, good. So between the 2 of you, 2 cats between the 2 of you. Wow, right, okay. So are you guys like in a relationship? Not between the 2, but separately? Hmm? No. Not in a relationship, not you? Okay, well, see. But I need to ask Holy Trinity, this is TikTok tells you nothing about it, but the truth. Let's investigate this side. Okay, you have a cat. Yeah. Right, okay, my lady. So, relationship? Yeah. Ooh, okay. Are you into women or men? Both. That's probably I found the answer to my question, right? Okay. I need to expand. What is the market like on the other side? Women, yeah. Am I attractive? Am I attractive to? I'd certainly go there. You do not solve the other problem. I'm going to tell you the other problem a bit later. There's an egg problem there. But okay, I can actually, we can source the men together, and then I don't mean no. That's not what we're thinking. No. It is also you're also open to that. Okay. So tell me about the cat. So you have a cat. 2 cats and the relationship. Wonderful, right. Do you have an air fryer? No air fryer, probably that's the key. Do you have a therapist? Yeah. So you're in a relationship with a therapist, not with a therapist, but have a therapist. So I'm guessing one of the relationships is not working well. I hope it's with the cats. Maybe, yeah, it must be with the cats. Right. So my mom might be right that we'll talk about the women part later. I'm intrigued now. I'm very intrigued. My mom might be right that I'm just 1 cat away from like being single forever. But there are benefits of owning a cat, right? Because at least next time I go to Mount Everest, I can tell my mom I'm not alone. I'm gonna strap the cat on my chest. No, I used to have more options, you know, but men are like a box of chocolates. We wait for too long. What's left are the weird and nutty ones. My dating options is like sitting at the end of the table when you look at a box of chocolates being opened from the other end. You know, we all saw that before, right? Like, I used to sit here before in my 20s, you know, I was showered with options. Remember those milk chocolate? Smooth and reliable. And dark chocolate, rich and intense. Leaves a bitter aftertaste. But oh boy, aren't they addictive. Moving to the middle section, the trendy ones. Pistachio, matcha, or whatever the algorithm tells you to put in your mouth. Might not work, but worth giving it a go. And when the box is finally passed down to me, everyone picked their favorites. What's left? Bounty. Untouched. He mutters in the corner, where women never give him a chance. Of course, mate, because he was disgusting. Have you offended any Bounty fans? No Bounty fan? Oh, one Bounty fan. I like your honesty. These are all your friends, right? This is not a big date together. What? All right, okay, so how it goes. Bounty fan. You are are you single? You're single. But there are many bounties left, you know. I think you'll be fine. And also, I think you're probably one of the very few that we're not in any direct competition, so just go for it. Take, well, you know what? Just take this one. Why don't you just take this one? Well, no, nobody wants it, so just take it. No, give me another chocolate. Give me another chocolate. Malteser, that's a teenager, no, I want an adult. Yeah, but someone wanted to be a scientist but still lives in the mom's basement. Like some like more highbrow chocolate. Give me a highbrow chocolate. Lindor. Ooh, Lindor. Lindor. What is a Lindor? Sorry, remind me, what is it? You don't know? Lind chocolate. Oh, Lind chocolate, of course. Yeah, Swiss, right? Mm-hmm. Very proper. Very proper. Bit more expensive, like basically doesn't deliver what it promised most of the time. It's very thin. I mean, look at the cover, it's fine, but when you open it, it's very thin. I prefer the thickness. You know, no, here's my, like, do you know, like, salted caramel? Salted caramel? Right? You know the one with the liquid center? So fashionable. Like 15 years ago. Now they're back in the market with their baseball cap, thinking that, the world is still theirs. They have absolutely no idea that pistachio has taken over the market. Like, I want to tell them, mate, like, why don't you just like patch that leak before your next date? Then I remember they can't because there's a court order. Too dark? Right. Right, chocolate. So, no, I have, my chocolate, the box is literally, so I don't even have any bounty left. So it's so empty now, I'm literally like licking leftover wrappers. I did it on the tube the other day. I live in London, actually. So you know that you've hit the rock bottom when you open Matthew Hussey's self-help book, Love Life, on public transport. That's like holding up a neon sign that says, single, desperate, swipe right. But hey, I do have standards. I was on Piccadilly line, between South Kensington and Covent Garden, where you'll find true love for £2.80. So while I was reading Matthew Hussey's self-help book, I had a glance up, and then the guy opposite me was smiling at me. I freaked out. After all, this is London. We don't do eye contact. Smiling is practically foreplay. I was looking for the emergency button, and then I noticed something. He had a beautiful chest. Look, I have a little kink. I have a thing for chests on other people, because mine didn't show up. I know that men love to say say that, like, I'm a boob man, I'm a leg man, and men think that we women are beyond that. It's not true, right? We also have our favorite cuts. So, as a chess woman, I was super turned on by my Piccadilly days, so I smiled back at him. And then, swear to God, he pulled out from his bag the same book, Matthew Hussey's Love Life. I mean, what are the chances? We both burst out laughing. That was a religious moment. Two disciples, one scripture, on the same journey to salvation for £2.80. We started talking. He was charming, he was funny, and I was completely fixated on his chest. And then he put his hand in his pocket, and I was like, ooh, he's gonna propose. He handed me a business card. The train stopped, and he hopped up. Call me, that was his last words. I froze. I'm not a feminist. I have firm principles. Men have to lead. There was no way I was going to call him. Not before I Googled him. And I did. And that's where it gets a little complicated. This guy owns a fintech fund. Financial technology. That means he's not poor. But he takes public transport. Oh, I know. He cares about the environment. So I don't have to. Suddenly, I know what I'm holding is not a business card. This is a ticket to eternal happiness and my financial freedom. 8 hours later, we're having cocktails in a bar, naturally. He asked me what I'm attracted to in a relationship and what are the deal breakers. Believing upfront honesty, I told him, in the relationship, I'm attracted to a beautiful personality. And the deal breaker is lacking kindness. He agreed completely. I know, I nailed it. At the end of the night, he invited me back to his place. And I ran away. I ran away so fast, there's a technical term for it. It's called cardio, check it out. I was running away from the love of my life because I don't know what my stance. Now, this statement is technically wrong. The correct one is one night stands don't do me. It's the face. This is the face of a girl who reminds you to file taxes. Having a Chinese face keeps danger away. Because unlike the Japanese women, who have cornered the market of educational videos, we try to, you're pretending you don't know what I'm talking about. When your first time you got your laptop, when you were 12, you fell in love with a Japanese girl online? No? Her name was Hitomi Tanaka. Rings a bell? No? No? I'll send you the link later. Do you know what I'm talking about? You can send him the link later. Alright. Hitomi Tanaka. No, we Chinese women have cultivated a serious reputation. Tiger moms. Anyone with children? Oh, cool. Married? Oh, did you say? You snatch all the scholarships. We make the best financial decisions. We are basically calculators with legs. And we're super loyal to our partner. Unless we meet a multi-millionaire. In which case, we make the best financial decision. I feel that annoyingly, as a Chinese woman, I don't get objectified, I get subjectified. Like when a man whispers to me, Wincy, you into doggy? They usually don't mean the sex position. I just want to clarify this, really. Like just because I'm Chinese doesn't mean I eat dog that often. That last time I had dog was years ago. It was my grandma's Chihuahua. It was super bony, wouldn't recommend. So what usually happens to me after flirting for hours with a man in the bar is that he would ask me very politely if I'm available to teach his children Mandarin lessons. So because the price visit had never been on the agenda, and after years of being single, I worth it, you know? Like, I had a boyfriend once, you know, I was surprised. And I don't know, what I was thinking, I was getting very comfortable in a relationship. I did a lot of yoga, so I decided to embrace nature. And turns out nature can be pretty wild. My boyfriend at the time, I had absolutely no idea of my revelation with nature. And one day he went down on me and he was like, "Holy moly!" But he was English, so he was super polite. And he continued. And I had a little glance down. Boom. Borat. I saw Borat. My mood all gone. Libido all gone. I'm still recovering from it. So as I was running away from my PhD date, I'm like, this must be my punishment because I lied to him. I don't give a shit for personalities. I'm attracted to chests. And I have a deal breaker. It's a mustache. You're all safe down here. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Winston, why don't you just get rid of everything? I tried. And I watched the guy morph from Borat to Timothy Chalamet before puberty. I know there must be a sweet spot between Borat and Timothy Chalamet, but to be honest, that's just too much effort for a stage with no audience. And also, I might overshoot and land on Hitler. Look, I used to put in more effort. I have not always been this weird, you know. I used to be quite normal. I used to dream about fairy tales. I used to dream about my prince all the time. Now I don't dream about prince anymore. I dream about my inheritance. Actually, not my inheritance, his inheritance. My prince is still looking for me, but his parents are not, right? So they are allowed to die. Look, don't get me wrong. I certainly don't wish them to die. I'd love to meet my future in-laws. All I'm saying is, if I have a choice, I prefer to be introduced to them posthumously. Speaking of dead parents, who has seen Disney's latest Snow White? Nobody? My point exactly. It was a total flop. I hated it. Growing up, I loved Snow White. She was my role model, not because she married a prince, because she married a prince after doing absolutely nothing. Cinderella had to scrub toilets for years. Snow White ate an apple and had it all. That was my dream exit. I want to find my prince while I'm unconscious. Nap, wake up, husband. Oh, he can totally kiss me without consent. What am I talking about? Of course. As long as he comes ripped, carries a sword, wears a crown, and has just inherited a private jet. Too bad he missed the yacht. It sank in the Mediterranean Sea, together with his parents. So sad. But in the new Disney Snow White, they canceled the prince. I'm not making this up. They replaced the prince with a TED Talk. Snow White is suddenly a girl boss. That bitch escaped death and started a podcast. They ruined my dream. I don't want to smash the patriarchy. If I wanted equal rights, I would not have come to this country. I would have stayed somewhere far more progressive, like communist China. Hey, in China, we did this feminist movement over a century ago. We invented equal rights, and look what we gained from our fight. In China, women have triple rights. Right to work full-time, right to raise children, and right to submit to our husbands. And that's where I get confused. Because feminism told me, don't wait for the prince. But why did it tell him to stop coming? I don't feel empowered. I feel exhausted. You know, I feel most of the time, I feel like one of those robot vacuum machines that's spinning crazy in orbit, and missing all the corners. And occasionally I get stuck under the couch. And when I realize I don't want to be a housewife. I want a housewife. Or a house. Or someone who can afford both. That used to be called settling down. Now it's called giving up. Wow. You want a family and stability? Pathetic. Back to Snow White. Another reason some people didn't like the new Snow White was because the new Snow White was played by a cute Latina actress. So she's, how do I put this? She's not white. I can say this because but look, as someone from a racial minority, I want to defend her for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2025. If anyone still believes that snow has to be white, has clearly not lived in China. In China, our snow comes with 3 layers. Dirt, lead, and a light sprinkle of suppression. The new Snow White is snow with Chinese characteristics. How do I know this? I cleaned it every bloody winter. Yeah, China uses children to clean the snow, not adults, sweet communist children. And this is not child labor. This is an honorable opportunity to serve the party and our community. And we all pledge to it. Every Monday morning, we'll gather in the assembly hall, and the child leader will jump on the stage and start the pledge. Get ready to serve the cause of communism! And 600 children will yell back, ready any time! We're told to grab the shovel or disown the revolution. Meanwhile, in the West, you girls were learning about consent. Cute. So as I was shoving off frozen communism from my neighborhood, I'm 8. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, minus 25 degrees. Do we have any American friends here? No? Okay, good. Because sometimes I get American friends at this part and they were like, oh, is that Fahrenheit? No, it's minus 25 is in Celsius. And I have to explain to them that in Fahrenheit it means it's fucking cold. So I was shoveling snow, I'm like, fuck this! I don't want to die in a tracksuit. I want to do nothing and marry a prince, so I never have to fight for my rights again. So, while I was waiting for my Prince Charming to come, my eggs decided that they couldn't. So, I'm issuing a public service announcement for the very few gentlemen down here. Have I missed it? No. One, just the 3 of you. Okay, listen up carefully. I need a man. And the best part of this charitable contribution is, sex is not involved. I need a man to fertilize my eggs, but my eggs are not with me. They're in Spain. Chilling. Living the life. I went to Spain to freeze my eggs in 2020. At the time, I told myself, 5 years, that's plenty of time for me to beg a man. And turns out, my eggs have better shelf lives than my relationships. Fast forward to Monday morning, the clinic emailed me. Lease is up. My eggs are about to be evicted from their frosty limbo. I have until end of August, end of this month, to pay for renewal. Otherwise, it's breakfast time. I don't know what to do. I'm nearly 40 now. Not only time is clicking, my knees are clicking. So I don't want to pay for renewal. No, so gentlemen, it's now or never. I want to freeze my eggs on my own because my future husband at the time was an absent man. He was ghosting me from the future. What a dick. I had to go to Valencia to do it because Valencia is best known for sunshine, sangria, and cut-price fertility tourism. That's basically Ibiza for hopeless people. You know, and after a long and painful process, I was 17 eggs and 3,000 euro lighter. And I asked the clinic what happens next, and they were like, oh, don't worry, just come back whenever. All we need is a man and a cup. That sounded so abstract, like a Picasso. After freezing my eggs, dating has been a complete different game. Because I have to, it's like casting auditions, you know, for a very niche role. I have to quickly assess their agility in a dimly lit room with a cup. That is when ideology meets biology. Before, I was looking for a kind soul and a beautiful chest. Now, I need a steady hand and a good aim. I never quite figured out why it's so difficult for me to bag a man. I'm not vegan. On the contrary, I'm Chinese. You will never be judged by your food choices. I put anything in my mouth. Also, I'm not a feminist. I know men these days love to say, we love feminists. No, you don't. You know the truth. You miss the good old days when consent was just implied. Do you have anyone getting uncomfortable here? They love feminists. Yeah? They're like, okay, my darling. You're not you're Gen Z, right? You're a millennial? What have you been taking? Look at that glorious skin. Alright, cool. I'll put it on my notebook. Note to self. Do you have, you go on for feminists? Yeah. Wonderful, okay. Are you in a relationship? No. Alright. Cat? No. Air fryer? No. Therapist? No. Wow, okay. So I think we need to introspect around there, you know. I know you think about, I don't know, how do you get your emotional support? Oh, you have come up with a big date with 10 people, right? Yeah, great. Here's for you. So if you're looking for emotional support, get an air fryer. It's like it's durable. I talk to my air fryer every morning. You know, I'm like, you know, my air fryer is great because it makes me hot without asking me how am I feeling. So I stroke my air fryer, and then I never remember like boundaries when you see boundaries. So back to support for feminists. I think my view is that being a feminist is really exhausting because we have to work full time, and then there's children, there's a house. I'm already exhausted. I don't even have children. I'm thinking about like organizing children in the house is already making me exhausted. And then we have to be on top of him at night. You know, I don't have the energy for that. You know. So no, I'm not a feminist. But I think the problem is that I might be giving off feminist vibes because I'm flat-chested. Having a flat chest is the most feminine thing I do. It's like marching around with a billboard that says, take this, man, I'm not growing anything for your pleasure. But no, that's not true. I love men, I'm so submissive. You know, I paid my own money to save the lives of our children before they were even conceived. So no, I'm not a feminist. I'm not marching around with a billboard. I'm rolling out the red carpet to invite the three of you to walk with me all the way to Spain. So gentlemen, consider this your final boarding call. Let's skip all the dating nonsense and go straight to fatherhood. Because I don't need Mr. Right. I need Mr. Right now. There are benefits of freezing my eggs. After freezing my eggs, my mom has complete lost interest in my love life. She gains a new obsession, naming the eggs. Not sunny side up. Proper names. Lily Lopez. Riwen Fernandez. Minju Guzman. I'm like, Mom, why do they have Chinese first names and Spanish last names? And my mom's like, remember their heritage and their EU passports. Little bastard. Already getting EU passports before I do. Well, you know, while my mom is like emotionally invested to her 17 pre-grandchildren in the freezer, my dad is refreshingly detached. My relationship with my dad is, my dad also loves to forget other things. He lives in China, and every time he comes and visits, he leaves behind these. Looks familiar? Yeah? Yeah? I don't get this. Like, look at this. Like, really just random charges. Like, charges that only goes into Chinese walls. And adapters, look at this. Adapters adapts for, I don't know, maybe the Cultural Revolution. And just like, really, I don't... What is happening? All this random... Oh, this one, sorry, not this one, this is not from a desk. Do you recognize this one? Yeah. I took it from your kitchen drawer. No, take it back. I don't need it anymore. So it's next to the kitchen drawer. It's next to the bottle of chia seeds that you've been pretending to like. It's expired, but keep it back. I don't need it. I don't want it. So, but no. But all the rest are from my dad's. Like, you know, the latest one. Yeah, this must be the latest edition. Listen to this. Magnetic tip. It's so weird. My dad used to work for the Chinese military, and I was like, of course. I stopped using Huawei. The party has found another way. I took a picture and sent to him. I'm like, is this yours? 3 days later, I received a reply. Definitely not. Oh, I was so touched. That was the most words he spoke to me last quarter. Definitely not. In his usual cold, dismissive tone. My dad doesn't believe in affection. You know, he thinks it's bad for health. He thinks it's like Coca-Cola, sweet, addictive, and slowly killing you. Definitely not. I'm like, I just look at all the charges. I don't even know like what I'm mad about. Like honestly, like definitely not. He turned my flat into a tag landfill without telling me. Definitely to try to send them to fingerprint tests. Definitely not. But no, I don't want to fight back. You know, I just really don't have the energy to fight. Also, what if he replies again? What if this time is 5 words that I really have to block him for emotional growth? No, definitely not. So at some point, I figured that I need to fill up this father-shaped void. So I found myself another man, mid-aged and white, who pays attention to me and teaches me how to cry for £200 every 50 minutes. Most people call it therapy. My dad calls it a Western conspiracy, like COVID. But I love paying to cry. I love to pay to cry. You know, there's this room, there's a couch, there's a man, there's a plant, there's a box of tissue. God knows what happened before me, but for the next 50 minutes, I get undivided attention. A bit like here now. That's the closest I've come to prostitution. Before teaching me how to cry, my therapist told me about self-love. I can go on forever. Strong, massive lungs, filling up all the empty space where my tits should be. Sound therapy, you just give my lungs a workout. The heart stay dead. Such a relief, because I used to think it was my problem, but no, it's a global scam. Having sex with a woman is like putting together an IKEA furniture. You thought you finished the job. There's always a spare part. The G-spot is the extra screw we threw on purpose, so that you're confused. You keep fidgeting with it, wondering, how does it work? And meanwhile, we're just lying down there. myself later. But thank you for the effort. But no, that's not what we do. We put up a little dance that we learned from our mothers. Yes, yes. Sex education is so much more fun for girls, you know? When the boys, stole their first condom from their parents, did you do that? Did you do that? Did you steal condoms from your parents? No? 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 have you done that? No? Was it just my brother? Okay, I lied. I don't have a brother. I'm a proud only child of communism. What are you talking about? It was me. I did that. But I thought they were balloons. I was really trying tonight. It goes up this big. And I was bouncing them around in the house. And my dad was furious, you know. I thought it was an oil stain leaving marks on the wall. Why do we talk about my childhood? Sex education. Yeah, sex ed. So, like girls, we also get a PowerPoint from our moms, right? The PowerPoint, in that PowerPoint, has a title that says, "Fake it till you make it." Exactly. We saw the same PowerPoint, right? So in this PowerPoint, there's a step-by-step guidance of a dance that we learned from our mothers, they learned from their mothers, and then their mothers all the way. That's basically like all the mothers. That's why you're called a motherfucker. More on that dance later. So when I was doing the research, I'm like, but what have we been telling men to search for? Who started this global scavenger hunt inside my uterus? A brief history lesson. In 1950, Ernst Grafenberg, a German gynecologist, had a discovery. Open up, Frau Müller. By the way, I'm Grafenberg now, not my mom. Open up, Frau Müller. Oh, it's been 3 hours. Open up, Frau Müller. Yeah, relax. You're doing this for science. Yes. That mysterious button inside our uterus was named after the greatest German pervert. He didn't even get to name it himself. He published a paper and died soon after. Coincidence? I don't think so. The term G-spot was coined by a woman much later, Beverly Whipple, a sexologist, whatever how that means, and the godmother of female empowerment. Before Beverly, we were faking it for courtesy. Thanks to Beverly, we're now faking it for control. Because nothing pleases us more than watch men fail and work hard for it. And thanks to Beverly, we've been dancing for her ever since. Remember the dance? So when you're busy down there going like, how does it work? We know this is time to dance. And you, sweating with pressure. Do I go deeper? And I'm like, yeah, try deeper. See what you'll find. Maybe eventually you'll find my will to live. But no, that's not what we say. We switch gears and then put up the second dance. You'll be like, come! And we know this is the cue for the final dance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the final dance is so physically demanding, I need some help from all of you. I'm gonna say I am, you're gonna say coming. Okay, shall we practice? Shall we practice? I am? Coming. I am? Coming. I need more influence. This is the final dance. I'm not gonna come like this, you know? I am? Coming. We got this. even though at this point, you're just fiddling with my liver. When I read about this, I'm like, I don't need empowerment. I want outcome. So I went back to my spreadsheet and re-optimized my models. And then I found out the correct answer has always been right under my nose. Quite literally, the clit sucker. So ladies, if you don't have one yet, run after this show and get that fixed. You're welcome. And gentlemen, if she has one, I'm sorry to announce, you're officially replaced by automation. That is consistent, recharges instantly, and waterproof. What a journey, what a journey. We started on the Piccadilly line and ended on my clit sucker. That's the scenic route to empowerment. And if you're confused, good. That's how empowerment works. I was lying in bed the other night, I'm reflecting. I wanted to thank Beverly Whipple for the dance. I wanted to celebrate. I thought about champagne, writing a blog, or give my therapist a raise. And in the end, I reached to my clit sucker. It was out of battery. I needed a charger. Holy shit. This weird charger is definitely not my dad's. It has a magnetic tip because it's waterproof. Shit! I sent him a photo of it. I'm just glad that I didn't send it for fingerprint tests. Because there won't be any. It's all washed off by bodily fluids. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we got here. I thought I needed a man. Turns out, I just need true empowerment that comes with changeable heads and 12 speeds. My prince is not coming, but I still am. But hey, gentlemen, that does not make you completely useless. Remember this summer? Spain is calling. Spain is calling. Spain is lovely this time of the year, you know? Just all I need is 5 minutes of your time. Bring your swimmers. Bonus point if they come with 12 speeds. And I'll be giving out tickets at the door. We'll fly BA, not Ryanair. This is a business class examination. Okay? And if you're too shy to admit, then you just look me up on Instagram at Stand Up Wednesday. And let's seal the deal before end of the season, shall we? Thank you very much. Thank you.